Hey there, good morning everybody. I didn't do an announcement today, so I don't know if people will remember that we're live today, but it is the first Wednesday of June already. June! Oh my gosh. And we're doing our live virtual birding here at 10 a.m. on the first Wednesday of the month. So here we are. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all had a wonderful time of watching birds this last month. It's been very active. Last month I was on with a robin that was on a nest with eggs in it. Hi Linda, welcome. So the mother had stayed on the nest. There were 4 eggs in the nest. I don't think all 4 survived. I think we had 3 babies. And last week we were watching the first 2 babies that were born popping in and out of the robin's nest that we saw last month. Most songbirds, not all, they're a little varied, but most songbirds will have, if they are nesting, they will have laid eggs and probably have young either fledged or starting to fledge right now. So you may be seeing a lot of baby birds around. It's that time of year, so they're a little earlier this year. Some of the songbirds may actually get off 3 broods this year if we have a mild fall. So keep your eye out for baby birds. We saw the robins that we saw last month. They did fledge. They are gone from the nest. They're out on their own. Parents will stick around their fledglings. Even though you may not see them, they will be watching their babies as they leave the nest and head out into the wild, nearby the nest, around the nest, as they're flexing their wings and learning to fly. So you may see babies being quiet out in the yard or seeming like they're alone somewhere, but you want to make sure and leave those alone because the parent birds are around. They will be watching. They'll be coming to make sure their kids are fed, make sure their kids are learning how to feed themselves or teaching them all those things. So you want to make sure and leave those birds alone if you see baby birds out there, because it is the time of year when they're all jumping out of the nest and trying to get out on their own, and their parents are trying to help them survive. I have had some people contact me about seeing birds they thought maybe were abandoned or that kind of thing. It's best really just to leave them alone. You will see some predation. There will be some larger birds. There will be some raccoons and squirrels and foxes and all sorts of other animals that will prey upon those babies when they're vulnerable. And although it's really, really sad to see, everybody has to eat. So it's part of the way populations balance themselves in terms of predator and prey. But hopefully you will see birds growing up, maturing, flying away, and being around your yard. And today in the background, you may be hearing some bird sounds. I'm on my porch, but with the windows open, so there are some here. But there's also bird sounds on my computer below because I have the Cornell Feeder Watch Lab, Cornell Labs feeder, live feeder, on my computer directly below my phone here, so you can hear some of the sounds going. Hi, Michael. I'm going to probably shift my phone here in just a second to the feeder because I wanted to talk about feeder watching. Hi, Rich. We are just at Tug Hill Tomorrowland Trust. We are just finishing up our I think the 22nd Tug Hill Bird Quest season. This is a season in which we ask volunteer teams to, if they don't have one, to set up a feeder or to watch an established feeder during an official tally week each year. This year was May 17th, the week of May 17th. So if you're watching and you have a tally sheet and you haven't gotten it to me yet, I'd love it if you could do that by this Friday so that I can then get a full report put together and get that out to our school teams before they leave for the season, so or end for the year. So be great if you have a tally sheet to send that to me either by email or text or snail mail, however you can get that to me. And thank you to all of the teams. A lot of the teams have gotten their tally sheets in already, so I appreciate that. We've seen lots of variation at the feeders this year. This year was a little different from last year. Last year, our official week was perfect for peak migration. So we saw lots and lots of birds and lots of different types of birds at the feeder. This year, with the warmer weather earlier, the peak migration really came through the week before May 17th. And then it settled down at the feeders during the week of Tally Week. That's because the birds got here early, they started to court early, and they started to nest. And when they start to nest and court, their activities are elsewhere, not at the feeders. So they don't really visit as much. So you will see during the summer a switch from being at the feeder to being away from the feeder. There's a little bit of glare in here, but I'm hoping that you can see some of the birds at the Cornell Live feeder at Sapsucker Woods in Ithaca right now. This is on my computer, and you can go to their website and watch their feeders anytime. Often when I'm working and I don't need my computer screen here, I will turn the feeder on just for background noise because I love to hear the birds at the feeder. And you can see they have all sorts of different things at the feeder. They have a cage feeder with shelled peanuts. They have a corn feeder. They have a thistle seed feeder, I believe. They have a suet feeder. They have millet in one, and then they have a flat platform. So this is one of the kinds of setups that if you really want to get a maximum variety of birds, you want a whole variety of seed sources, because some birds will perch, some birds will not perch. Some birds like a flat surface. There we go. Here are some baby birds here. I think these are baby starlings that have come to the feeder. We just watched a grackle fly away. There's been an adult starling, maybe that's one coming in, hanging out with these baby birds, and they are learning to feed at the feeder. And one reason I can tell that they were starlings is because I saw them interact with their parent earlier. And also, look at those beaks. Starling beaks. Look at that in the bill. That bird has that larger seed in its bill. Here comes a blue jay. Right to the peanut feeder. Took a peanut and flew away. Oh, there he is. There he is. So if you feed through the summer, you might need to be careful about other animals taking your feeders down during the night. You might want to take them in during the night and out during the day, because raccoons and squirrels and bears can visit your feeders as well, because they're hungry too. Oh, there's a red-bellied woodpecker on that feeder to the left. You can even see his red belly. Oh my gosh. Maybe I can get that angle again. He's on the back, so there he's coming around. Can you see his red belly? That's awesome. So red-bellied woodpecker, grackle, baby starling, I think. Lots of birds flying in and out here. So through the summer, if you're feeding through the summer, you'll see kind of waves of birds coming in and out. In this June, they'll start to come back after their young have fledged. They may bring young to the feeder. Look at that, huh? They may bring young to the feeder and have them feeding at the feeder. So you may get to see it up close and personal with them. Or you may see them in the yard or around the feeder in bushes and shrubs, hiding out from some predators. Now the robin that I spoke about earlier in the month was chasing away all sorts of birds, like blue jays especially, in that yard, because they do prey on baby birds sometimes and eggs. As do grackles and brown-headed cowbirds and other larger birds, crows, as well as squirrels. So you'll see a lot of interaction if you're watching your birds this season, with birds making nests, laying eggs, fledging their young, then coming back to the feeder and visiting for energy, and then doing it all again. So really through the summer, that's what we have in watching birds, is watching them make more birds, which is awesome. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all enjoy what sunny weather we have. It's been a great week so far. Nice and warm and sunny again, as opposed to low 40s at night. Never can tell here. Anybody have any comments about what they've been seeing in their yards or at their feeders? Again, I want to thank all of the teams, all the way from Holland Patent to Beaver Falls to Fulton to Watertown and Natural Bridge, for watching feeders for us this year and sending us information about what they saw during the week of May 17th. So the feeder that I'm watching now is live from Sapsucker Woods at Cornell Lab of Ornithology in Ithaca. This is online all the time. You want to go to allaboutbirds.org, all one word, allaboutbirds.org, and look under their live cams option, and you can see live cams from all over. This is their Ithaca local feed right here. We have a bunch of grackles, lots of grackles coming. Here's the blue jay again on the peanut feeder. Shelled peanuts. He's taking those and probably hiding them somewhere. You see, some birds will come and hang out at the feeder for a while and eat as much as they can. Some birds, like the blue jay or the nuthatch or chickadees, will come in, take a piece of food, and fly away to either eat it or hide it. So there's all sorts of interactions too you can see at the feeder. If you watch for a long time, you can start to see individual birds may be more dominant. There's that red-bellied woodpecker again, coming back in. I'm not sure what is in that feeder. It must be suet, maybe. Oh, look at the beautiful black and white. Look at that. See how that bird is opening its mouth toward the grackles, chasing it away? That's a dominance display. Lowered its head, pointed its beak, opened its beak. So there you have it. So I hope y'all have a great day. Keep your eye open for the baby birds out there, but let them be. Remember to let them be. If you do find a bird in distress, call the DEC or contact the DEC for a list of rehabbers in your area, and contact your licensed animal rehabbers that can help that bird, and they can tell you what to do. But for the most part, we just need to leave them out there. Leave them out there, let them learn, and get out on their own. Hi to Adam as well, and Troy. I'm so glad you could join us this morning. I'm going to head off. Want you to keep your eyes open. I will be back at 5 o'clock to check in. If you have stories, please type them in there and we can chat a little bit about birding. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the sun, and we'll see you later. Bye.